Hello, New York Yankees fans. We have brand new exclusive videos and the latest news for you. Before we get started, we'd like to invite you to join our channel and give this video a like. It's crucial to get exclusive access to the latest updates. The rumors started the way these things always do, quietly, almost like a whisper sliding through the back channels of baseball talk shows, until suddenly everyone was leaning closer to the screen. The Yankees, according to the buzz, have pulled off something bold, something that feels less like a routine signing and more like a statement of intent. ELLY CRUZ in pinstripes is the image being painted, not as a confirmed reality, but as a possibility that refuses to go away. People inside the game are suggesting a long-term commitment, a 7-season vision built around speed, chaos, and constant pressure. The idea alone changes the temperature of the conversation around the Bronx, because this is not about brute force anymore. It is about motion. When fans imagine ELLY stepping into that lineup, they picture stolen bases, explosive first steps, and defenses permanently on edge. This rumor carries the flavor of a franchise trying to reinvent how it scares opponents, leaning into athleticism as much as power. Nothing official, nothing signed on camera, just a growing sense that something fast and dangerous is being cooked behind closed doors. What makes this speculation feel so electric is how perfectly ELLY CRUZ fits into a larger narrative people have been sensing around the Yankees. There's been talk, again only talk, that the front office wants to change the rhythm of their offense. Instead of waiting patiently for one swing to decide everything, the idea is to apply pressure every single pitch. ELLY represents that philosophy almost too well. He runs like the game owes him money, and defenders rush throws when he is anywhere near the base paths. The rumors suggest the Yankees see him not just as a player, but as a catalyst. With him at the top or middle of the order, suddenly every walk becomes a potential double. Every single feels like a threat to turn into something bigger. Insiders whisper that a 7-season deal would signal trust in that chaos. A belief that speed ages differently when paired with intelligence and instinct. Fans imagine highlight reels before they exist, because the concept alone is thrilling enough to feel real. There is also the Clubhouse angle, which always matters more than people admit. Those floating this rumor say the Yankees believe ELLY's energy could change the internal pulse of the team. He plays loud, even when he is silent, and that kind of presence can be contagious. The speculation paints a picture of veterans feeding off that spark, of younger players seeing permission to play freer. A 7-season commitment would not just be about what happens on the field, but about anchoring an identity. Speed becomes a message. Aggression becomes normal. Opponents stop taking a breath between pitches. The Yankees have long been associated with power and patience, but this rumor suggests a pivot, a blending of tradition with modern pressure baseball. ELLY CRUZ, in this imagined scenario, becomes the symbol of that shift. Not confirmed, not denied, just discussed with increasing confidence in corners of the baseball world where confidence usually means something is brewing. Another layer to this rumor is how it supposedly reshapes the rest of the lineup. People talking about it do not just mention ELLY in isolation, they talk about the domino effect. If you add his speed, suddenly the entire attack looks different. The Yankees in this speculative future become the fastest offense in Major League Baseball, not necessarily by raw numbers, but by feel. Balls in play turn to sprints. Routine grounders become races. Outfielders rush decisions. The rumors suggest that opposing pitchers would feel tired earlier, mentally if not physically, because every pitch carries consequences beyond contact. A 7-season deal is framed as a long-term gamble that the league will continue valuing speed and versatility. It is a bet against predictability. Fans listening to this talk start to imagine October games where one stolen base flips momentum, where one aggressive read changes an inning. Again, nothing official, but the picture is vivid enough to feel intentional. The financial side of the rumor is being kept deliberately vague, which only adds to the intrigue. Those spreading it focus less on money and more on philosophy, as if the Yankees want people to understand this would not be a splash for headlines alone. A 7-season horizon suggests patience, development, and trust. Elly De La Cruz is still seen as a player with layers to unlock, and the idea is that the Yankees believe their environment could polish those edges. This is not framed as buying a finished product, but as committing to a journey. The speculation hints that the front office sees speed as something that can be taught to think, to pick spots, to age gracefully. In that sense, the rumor feels almost romantic, like a throwback to building around a core rather than patching holes. Whether true or not, it captures imaginations. What truly fuels this rumor is silence. No strong denials, no mocking laughs from executives, just the absence of noise where noise usually exists. That vacuum allows stories to grow legs. Fans read into body language, into vague comments, into social media interactions that probably mean nothing. But in baseball culture, nothing is ever truly nothing. The idea of Elly De La Cruz wearing pinstripes for 7 seasons sits there, unconfirmed, daring people to believe. It represents speed, youth, and a philosophical shift that many have been waiting for. Until something concrete emerges, this remains speculation, but it is the kind that feels sticky, the kind that lingers in conversations long after the video ends. As the rumor continues to circulate, the conversation shifts from possibility to consequence. People start asking what this would actually mean for the Yankees if it were true. The speculative answer is simple and dramatic: chaos in the best possible way. Elly De La Cruz is not the type of player you quietly plug into a system. He forces the system to adapt to him. In this imagined scenario, coaches would lean into his instincts rather than restrain them. A 7-season commitment would suggest that mistakes are part of the plan, that growth comes from freedom. Fans discussing this rumor picture an offense that never feels static, where motion replaces waiting. It is an exciting thought because it contrasts so sharply with the slow grind baseball is often accused of. Speed becomes entertainment, pressure becomes strategy, and every inning feels alive. Another angle people love to speculate about is how opponents would prepare. If the Yankees truly became the fastest attacking team in the league, preparation changes. Pitchers would rush slide steps. Catchers would call different games. Infielders would cheat closer, opening holes. This is where Elly De La Cruz's value multiplies in the rumor mill. Even when he is not stealing, he is influencing. A 7-season presence means years of that psychological edge. The speculation frames him as a weapon that never swings, just exists. Analysts imagine series where one player dictates pacing, forcing entire staffs out of comfort zones. It is a subtle dominance that does not always show up in box scores, which is why it fascinates people who think deeply about the game. There is also talk about legacy, which feels premature but inevitable. If this rumor were to become reality, Elly De La Cruz would be stepping into one of the heaviest uniforms in sports. The idea of committing 7 seasons to that pressure is daunting, yet thrilling. Those pushing the rumor suggest the Yankees see his personality as uniquely suited to it. He plays with joy, with a visible love for the game, and that joy could soften the weight of expectation. Fans imagine a star who smiles through boos, who runs harder when doubted. In this speculative future, Elly becomes not just a player, but a story the franchise tells about itself, about evolving without losing identity. The developmental side of the rumor is equally compelling. People whisper that the Yankees believe they can help Elly refine his approach without dulling his edge. Speed with discipline is a dangerous combination, and a 7-season timeline gives room for patience. The speculation suggests long conversations, personalized coaching, and a plan that goes beyond immediate returns. This is framed as an investment in baseball intelligence, not just athleticism. If true, it would mark a shift in how the organization markets itself to young stars, positioning the Bronx as a place to grow, not just perform. That idea alone excites fans who want sustainability, not just splashes. As these discussions grow, skepticism naturally follows. Some argue the rumor is too perfect, too aligned with what fans want to hear. The fastest offense, the most electric young star, A 7-season commitment. It all sounds cinematic. But even skeptics admit the logic is sound. Speed is trending. Versatility matters. Pressure baseball wins games. The Yankees exploring that path feels believable, even if the specific name remains unconfirmed. That balance between doubt and desire is what keeps the rumor alive. It is not dismissed, but not fully embraced either. In the end, this remains what it started as, a rumor whispered with increasing volume. No contracts waived, no press conferences staged, just a growing narrative about speed, ambition, and transformation. Elly de la Cruz symbolizes all of that in one name. Whether or not he ever wears pinstripes for 7 seasons, the speculation reveals something real about where fans think the game is going and what they hope the Yankees will become. Fast, fearless, and always moving forward. By the time this rumor reaches its 3rd wave, it stops being just about a player and starts feeling like a test of imagination for the entire fan base. People are no longer asking if the Yankees could sign Elly de la Cruz for 7 seasons. They're asking what kind of baseball world that move would create. In this speculative landscape, the Yankees are no longer reacting to trends. They're setting them. Speed becomes the headline, not power, not patience, but relentless movement. Fans picture pre-game scouting reports filled with warnings about first-pitch aggression, delayed steals, and constant distractions. Elly, in this imagined future, is the spark that forces everyone else to play faster just to keep up. The rumor paints a vision where tempo itself becomes a competitive advantage. It is not confirmed, it is not denied, but it is discussed with a seriousness that makes it hard to ignore. Another fascinating element of this speculation is how it reframes pressure. Traditionally, pressure in the Bronx is about expectations and numbers on a stat sheet. In this rumor-driven narrative, pressure flips outward. It lands on opponents. Pitchers feel rushed. Defenses feel hunted. The Yankees, with Elly de la Cruz at the center, are imagined as a team that never lets the other side breathe. A 7-season commitment suggests confidence that this style is sustainable, that it is not a gimmick but a foundation. People talking about this rumor suggest that speed ages better when it is paired with awareness and adaptability. Elly is not just fast, he is instinctive, and that instinct is what the Yankees are supposedly buying into. It is a long game bet, whispered as if sharing a secret too good to be true. The cultural impact inside the organization is another layer fans love to explore. In this speculative future, younger players see a clear message. Athleticism and boldness are rewarded. Elly de la Cruz becomes proof that the Yankees are willing to build around energy, not just reputation. A 7-season deal would symbolize trust, patience, and belief in growth. Veterans, in this imagined scenario, adjust their games, take more risks, feed off the momentum. Practices feel different. Games feel louder, even when the crowd is quiet. The rumor suggests a shift in mindset that goes beyond one roster move. It hints at a philosophical evolution, one that embraces uncertainty as a weapon rather than a flaw. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. There's also a media dimension that fuels this story. A player like Elly in New York would live under constant spotlight, and the rumors suggest the Yankees believe he can handle it. His personality, often described as joyful and fearless, is seen as armor. A 7-season commitment implies confidence that he would not shrink, that he would grow into the noise and maybe even enjoy it. Fans imagine viral moments, not just highlights, but expressions, reactions, and quotes that define eras. The speculation becomes cinematic, almost scripted, because the pieces fit too well. That is often how the most powerful rumors survive, by feeling inevitable even before they are real. Of course, doubt never fully disappears. Some voices caution that speed-based identities can be fragile, that injuries and adjustments can change everything. Yet even those doubts keep the rumor alive because they invite debate. Could the Yankees really bet 7 seasons on speed? Could Elly de la Cruz anchor an era defined by movement rather than muscle? These questions circulate without answers, but they energize conversations. The rumor becomes less about certainty and more about possibility. It invites fans to rethink what dominance can look like in modern baseball. In the end, part 3 of this story is about belief. Belief that baseball can still surprise, that franchises can reinvent themselves, that one player can symbolize a shift in philosophy. Elly de la Cruz, in this ongoing speculation, is not just a name, he is an idea. Speed as power, chaos as control, 7 seasons as a statement of faith. Until reality steps in, this rumor continues to live in that exciting space between dream and decision, where anything still feels possible. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.